Hey, sugars. You're welcome to another episode of Inside Business Talk with Nina. And so today we are here with the beautiful Mercy Olga.
Hey, Mama.
How you
Yes,
doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
So please, we are so happy to have you here. And so please, you introduce yourself to us and what you do.
Okay, thank you, Mom. Firstly, thank you for having me here. And I think it's a very big privilege being here. My name is Mercy Oga. I am the CEO of Naris Aesthetics. I'm into gift creation, event management, interior design, and other side hustles like makeup and the rest. Actually, that's me basically. I'm actually a student also in my finals. And I'm basically saying, I don't know.
So, so it's beautiful to know that you do all this and you're still a very young lady
Yeah.
in school. Can you just share with us how you started the journey and then what made you go into this business? And then you tell us the challenges you have met on the way.
Okay. Okay, firstly, I started my business. Okay, let me say after school, I finished my secondary school 2018. And I've been someone that I always tell my dad that I don't want to be like the rest of my cousins that after school, even after the delay, most of them did not get to learn a skill or anything. They were just waiting to get admission and go to school.
Yeah.
And most of them had admission quick. So during my time, I actually had delay in my admission. So I was not, I didn't want to waste my time at home, not doing anything during that period. So I just told my dad that this environment is not okay for me because coming from somewhere like Niger State, there's nothing there basically. It's hard. It's very hard. That even if you're working, I don't think you're going to be making more than where you're supposed to. So I told him that I want to go somewhere else and just learn the skill and do something. So I went. I learned to make up. So it was a drag between me and him, but he allowed me. So I went and I learned to make up. I actually thought I was going to survive with the makeup because I was very good at it.
Okay.
And I was doing it basically just for a means of survival. Then I got to a point 2019 where I was working in a supermarket and the woman had like a makeup session. She was not like, oh, good, I like see what you're doing. I think you just manage the makeup session for us. So when people come to makeup and they have a session to do their makeup and all, which was a very good idea because I was even the one that brought it up to her. I was like, okay, let's do something like this, and she allowed me. So from there, I started doing it. I was still very young actually, very very young because I'm just 24. And imagine since 2019 how old I was then. So I was just doing it, not minding everything that was going on. Not until my sibling was like, "You have to come to Abuja. Oh, with all this your work and everything, there are better opportunities here
Yeah.
in Abuja." I didn't really find it funny because I actually thought like that was my life there in Abuja. I thought like there in Niger State, I thought that was my life. That was what I was supposed to be doing. I was not thinking
That there was
big,
something here.
bigger for me. I didn't actually thought that way. I actually thought it was just limited to that. But when
Environment.
that environment, yes. But when she told me, "Oh, come to Abuja," she was like, "Come to this. There's a job opportunity for you." I was like, "I'm really actually in my business. How was I going to leave my business and start going to do 9 to 5 for someone?" And she was like, "Oh, come." I know I was still very young, and that was my elder sister. I had to come the next day. I entered Abuja. I didn't even prepare anything. I didn't plan anything in my life. I just moved, relocated to Abuja. It was tough, and I started working in town. I was a sales girl, so I worked like a sales girl during that period. I was working for, and it was still like a competition because I was still very good where I was working. Even when I was working, I was giving my all, my best, like it was my business, so I could make sales for them and all.
So you're talking about when you were 16,
Yes,
17
when I
years
was
old.
17. Yeah, when I was 17 years old. That was when probably that was going on. Then when I was, I think I was still thinking of my admission. I was trying to get an admission and work because left for my dad, he doesn't. My dad is someone that he's bent on go to school. He's someone that he sees all his children just going to school. He doesn't see you, even if you want to do anything, do it after school.
Yeah.
For me, I had bigger dreams. I had bigger options of what I wanted to do for myself, like promoting myself. Because I was not in school doesn't mean I was not going to do any other thing related to that. So I had to 2022 was when I had to like quit my work at Badex where I was working because I came to Abuja 2021. So I just worked there for like a year and I had to stop working. After that, my sister was like, "Oh, come on, be managing my." She had a car wash business. She was like, "Oh, come on, manage my car wash business. Do this." It was looking like those times I was living for people. I was helping people build their brand,
Yeah.
build their business, and every other thing. Even though I did not really know what I wanted. Not until 2023 when I went home and I was very serious about my admission stuff and I was like, "This is looking like is this like demonic attack or something? Like, why is the delay?" For me, I was like, "Why is the delay? What's going on? Is it that I'm not intelligent or I don't do this?" Or I understand that God was actually working something bigger for me. He wanted me to understand my purpose, understand what my assignments before he was going to send me out there to the world. And that was in 2023. I was at home. I had to go back home to refresh my brain to Niger State, and I was complaining to my mom every time. I just had to like submit myself to God that period. I asked God one thing. I said, "What do you have for me? what, give me a business. Don't just give me a business idea. Give me something that I know that I have a passion for. My assignment is there, and I know I want to just do it casually without wasting time. So that was when I had so many dreams. Then I saw myself working. I don't know how to put it. So I saw myself in a position where I was. Okay, so 2023, that was when I had the vision. I saw myself working in just directing people. They were actually wearing this side jackets.
Okay.
And I was just giving them direction. Oh, you're doing this, put this here, put this here, put this here. And when I woke up from the dream, I didn't really understand what it was. So I began research. I've been making some research, like, is this actually events or interior exactly? What exactly is my purpose there? Because I know I have passion for the both of them. I actually love interior because I'm someone that when I get to a place, the first thing I'm looking at is the interior of the place, and not just naturally, without thinking that, oh, maybe I would want to do this in the future and all that. So fast forward to when I started making inquiries, I started attending online classes on events and interior, both of them, just trying to see which one I know was going to work best for me.
Yeah.
But when I got admission and I came to school, it was hard for me because it was not looking like, oh, girl, you're all by yourself now. And my parents, all they could do then was like, oh, we have to pay your school fees, but any other thing in school, you have to sort yourself. So it was not hard then. I think I was not working that period. So I told God that this one that I have this passion to start events and interior, it requires a lot of money in the sense that I need to attend um more training. I used to need to do master class to be good at what I'm doing first and to put myself out there. But before I could do this, what will I do? How will I make money to get that money to register for that? That was when I think I was scrolling light of Instagram and I saw this box training thing. And I was like, oh, this is a very lucrative gifts packaging and all of that. And I was like, the fee for registering it was actually like about 70,000 there, 70K. And I was like, okay, 70,000 there. This is a 100 level student that doesn't even have anything. Like I was even struggling to even afford a house rent because I was partying with my friends and all, and so looking like so I was already like a burden to them.
Yeah.
So I was thinking of, oh God, what should I do with this money? Then I made one financial, I don't know what to say, a financial mistake or one thing. So somebody gave me money for my house rent. They gave me, okay, so I took someone, my house rent was 150,000 naira and there to pay. And the person was like, oh, I want to support you with half of the money. Then they sent me 70,000 naira. Exactly the money I was looking for that training. And I had to look for the remaining money for the house rent. So I brought it to God and I was like, God, I don't know, is this a temptation or a blessing? Should I trade this 70,000 naira to learn this skill? Or should I just start looking for how to get the remaining money to be able to pay my house rent? So when I brought it, it was like a very hard decision to take. So I just literally said that, what's the worst that can happen? So I prayed. I brought the flyer for God and I was like, oh, I have to pray about this thing. Let me not make financial mistake. This, and that. So I registered for the class. I mean, imagine, even money to go for the training I didn't have. But how God helped me in that period, I was just having 666. I was going for the training. And funny enough, during our practical, we were making boxes. So I was taking content, I was posting it, as we were doing practicals and all. So from there, I literally knew that people in Abuja that make boxes and all of that were literally, especially for a female box maker, we were like literally few of us. So when I started posting it, people were like, oh, you do this. That went from my church instead. I had like a few patronage from church. People were like, oh, I want to do this box. Even the one I made during my practical, I sold them. And I was like, this is actually a good business. And just look at me, after 1 month after that, I could make, I got a job that actually I made my first 100,000, like personally for myself. I think I made like about 450,000 naira from that job. And I had to like supply boxes. I did the box creation and all of those things for people. And I looked at myself. That was like 1 month after I learned that stuff. I looked at my house rent in my hand. Oh, look at money to do any other
Was that
thing
what
in
you
my
were calling investment mistake?
That was actually what I thought. But looking at where things went, I think like it turned for my favor. It actually was like, oh God, I mean, this is more than what I actually prayed for. From there, I could literally like see myself putting everything together. And I was like, oh, if I can be doing my gigs creation, like I can be doing my event, because everything like literally like ties together. Everything, I can be doing everything together and be making my money. And since then, 2023, when I launched my business and I've been going 2023, 2024, 2025, and now I know that God has some big things for me. And it was not looking like maybe I was not enjoying the gift side, and I was not. I don't know how to switch to the next, to the other ones that I actually do. Because all the times I said I was going to save money for this, to register for my class, my interior school, and every other thing, it looked like even when the money comes, I would actually feel like, oh, let me do this, let me do something else. And since then, I've been enjoying it, and so far so good. This is same me that actually used 70,000 naira to register for a class like that, a training like that. I have been able to train about 10 students, if not more, and they are actually doing well too for themselves.
Beautiful.
And that's like one of the things I told God. I said, for the fact that you gave me a business that I can be able to transfer knowledge to someone, it looks like I'm actually fulfilling my assignment.
Yeah.
And because they're about something. So that's just the journey so far.
Beautiful. So
Excellent.
now, from what you said, your challenges were okay. financial
Yeah, I had financial challenges a
challenges
lot.
to start and all
Yes.
that. And so, as a young lady, you said you're just 24.
Yeah.
So I can imagine when you started, you said
Mhm.
17,
Mhm.
and then, there are ladies that would be thinking, oh, I should be looking for a man to,
Yeah,
fit
bring me
my
out from
bill, bring me
this.
out from
Yeah,
this,
all of
this,
that.
and that. What made you to just, you weren't thinking like them. You
Mhm.
just decided that, okay, God, I can put my hand to do
To do
something.
something. Yeah.
Why didn't you, peer pressure for you to do it? That means other people can
Can do
also
it.
do it.
Yes, definitely.
So, because of the young ladies that will be hearing this,
Yeah.
I would want you to share how you didn't give in to peer pressure and you were able to bring yourself to doing this. Whatever comes from any other outside person is just an extra or in support, right?
Definitely.
So share how you were able to bring yourself out of this and make yourself this independent, not to depend on anybody or think that you're waiting for a man to come and fix your bill.
Yeah. Actually, it has actually been tough because even down to my relationship I've had, it has actually looked like I've always been dependent on just myself. I don't even depend on them to give me something. It was tough because it now felt like I was actually seeing everything as spiritual attack, but it was not. I think it was God preparing me for something. I asked God one thing. I said, why don't I receive from people? Because I was someone that I don't receive from people. And even if I get the opportunity that maybe someone promised me to do something, when it's time for them to um, do fulfill their promise, they just give excuses like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, something came up," and all of that. So I have been someone that has been so disappointed for a long time. I've been disappointed, even when I got opportunity when someone was like, "Actually, business is a good thing. I want to like invest in a business," but forget it. That investment it came from the fact that the man was actually liking me. He said, "Oh, you not get married to me. Do this, all this married thing." And anytime he brings it up, I actually shake it up with business because I actually had something to offer more than that. And he saw something in me that was not just beyond you carrying this person as your wife. That's why you could think of you want to invest in this person's business because you see how she pushed herself.
Yeah.
He always tells me that I like how you carry yourself. I like how you want to work. Like anytime I go to town that I'm working, they always see me carrying my tools, doing all of these things. Sometimes people say I work like man. And I'm like, no, it's not really. I break down most times. But one of the things about peer pressure I would say is I have a lot of people, even from my cycle before, that I know what they are doing. To them, they've actually gone far and maybe they don't really even have anything legit to hold on to that they're doing for themselves. And I still see some of these people most time come to me to ask me for advice. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, you have this squad that when you want to chill, you want to do all of these things, you have that. But when it comes that you want to think straight as a responsible person, you come to me for advice. So that's when I noticed that I had more to give. I had more to give. Not just looking from the background I came from. I know that a lot of people will feel like, oh, you're coming from a pastoral background. People that are pastor students, they're always poised, they're always this. I definitely had a different narrative. I told myself that I was going to change that narrative. Yeah, that I was not going to live like every other person. I found something that was unique in me. I said, if every other person is following the crowd to do this particular thing, what will make me different is that me not doing it and I would survive to want to tell my story tomorrow. That see, I passed through this journey that I actually passed through. And I'm standing. I passed through it like 10 times. I had a lot of breakdown and everything, and I'm still standing. So you can do it too. So I felt like that was actually the purpose and that was where God was driving me to. Because he was calling me to a direct particular kind of people, maybe even in the future and all of that. Because I know that 20 years from now, my life is not going to be like this.
Nah.
Definitely. Because if I can be this far at 24, before I know it, I'm just going to carry out. So the thing is, peer pressure, they have a lot of peer pressures everywhere. A lot. Most times I ask myself that, are you sure this thing I'm doing? What am I doing? I'm doing legit. I used to question God. I said, God, I'm doing legit business. And it's very hard for me. Why am I seeing all of these people looking like they get this money so very easily? Why is mine so very hard for me to get it every time? I would work. And it looked like I was working like an elephant. I was like duplicating like an ant. So it got to a point where I just told God that I was tired, but God actually always brought me back to his word. That was the thing. He gave me a word. He said, what he has for me is beyond that of this thing I'm saying. This is a phase. A lot of people have passed. I don't know. There's a gradual process in life, I know. But a lot of people don't follow that process. Yeah. Maybe when you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, a lot of people are going from 1 to 4. They are jumping into those remaining process. And you don't know that those processes were supposed to build you for something that you were going to meet at the front. But if you jump it and you get there, or more, you just be stuck. And you might go back to square one.
That's true.
But one thing I understand is I understand all of those things. And the people I actually look up to, I was not somebody that actually looked up to. Sorry not to say, it's actually good to have influencers that you look up to, but I look more beyond just having instead of influencers in my life. I listen to people, I see people that are doing young, successful women that are doing good so well, and I like it. I said, oh, you're doing something legit. Oh, no. I said, it's possible. possible to make money in a very legit way. Because I've seen a lot of people do it,
Yes,
and
it
I
is.
told myself that I'm going to do it.
Yes.
And it's very possible for every other person to do it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So the beautiful thing is, I have heard you talk about God,
Yeah.
prayer. So meaning that for every step you took,
Yeah.
God was involved.
He was always
You
involved.
were always involving God.
Yes.
So one thing about this show is that we're trying to bring to the world that when it comes to business,
Mhm.
you don't pull God
And
out
put
of it,
Mhm.
because God is as much involved in your business as He is involved in your life.
Yes.
So it is beautiful to hear that at every point
Mm-hmm.
you were involving God.
I
So
was always going back to
I would want you to emphasize more on the importance of involving God in every step
Mhm.
one takes
Yeah.
in business,
Mhm.
and how it helps
Mhm.
when you involve God. You know, it might be long involving God. You know, like Habakkuk 2:2-3 says
Mhm.
that write the vision, make it plain. That
Really,
it might tarry,
yeah,
it might take
take
a long time, but you will eventually get
there.
there. So I would want you to share more light on, as a very, you're a very young lady.
Yeah.
As a very young lady, you can imagine that at the beginning of this your business, you have started involving God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I used to say, I say, if I had involved God in my business
Mhm.
at the early stage
Stage.
of my life,
Mhm.
I feel like I would have done better.
Yeah.
But you know, when I started involving God, God started giving me assignments, which one of the assignments
Is
is
this
this that I'm
yeah,
doing. So I want you to emphasize more how important it is to involve God in our business.
Mhm. Okay, I feel like it's the number one thing that everyone should look up to. You know, I told you something about me bringing when I saw the flyer, I brought it before God.
Yeah.
Firstly, even before I took the step to register for it, because I told God one thing. I said, God, if you would bless this thing, I'm bringing it before you. I don't want to take any decision outside you, because I know the instruction He gave me. And I think during that time, after I saw the vision myself and what I was doing, I got a confirmation from someone. It was a pastor. It was not even someone very close to me. But he told me, he said, these are some things going on in your family. These are some, there's a level that your dad has gotten to and they are stopped. There's a level that people get to in your family that they actually stop, they actually break down, they don't cross past that level. And this is me, this is a young girl trying to break those curses, trying to break those barriers, break that delay and every other thing. It takes a lot to actually break it.
Yeah, it does.
Because I was like, I know my dad to be someone, but all of a sudden it looks like, oh, he was someone that they actually drained him, family drained him, everything other thing drained him. And my dad is a pastor. I said, this is somebody that still believes so much in God. Then I told myself one thing. I said, if I am ready to break patterns and I'm ready to break all of that, even down to me being successful, then I have to involve God in everything. Then when I prayed and he told me something, he said, he's seen me doing interior. And he was like, it's something, I said, I'm already seeing it. And I was like, oh, God, is this the confirmation that it's actually this interior design thing? I had to go back to sleep with. He said, he saw me doing great. And I know only thing that he has said about me has not really come to pass, but I still see it upon my head. I still know that there is a prophecy upon my head. There is something great upon my head. That aside this, my business is not going to take me places. It's going to feed a lot of people. It's going to be something that, yes, people would benefit from it. It's going to be a blessing to so many other persons. Because definitely you will have people working for you that they are surviving under your business. So if I don't involve God, how will I be able to want to like even get to that state where I can take the heart of people? I can want to and be vulnerable to people, want to deliver my best to people and all of those things. So many times I have break. I feel God. I was crying. There was a time I was always crying every single time when I'm praying. I said, why am I even crying? I don't know. Is it that I'm crying because I want God to change this particular thing in my life? But when God always gives me the word and always tells me what to do, it's very hard to actually want to hear from Him and to want to do it. But the fact that I had the Holy Spirit in me, He said He's going to guide my path. He's going to guide me in every way. So every step, any step in my business, even the difficult things, the difficult tasks that I knew that I could not solve, anytime I call upon God, for real, He actually comes through for me. He always gives me the perfect technique on how to solve it. And that's how good it is that I involve God in my business. That if it's very stressful, even if I notice that, oh, I have a stressful, I say, God, please just handle this one. I don't know. I don't even pray much. I say, God, just handle this. And He knows a perfect way to handle it at that point. That's why I feel like as a business owner, it is very important. It's in a position, you're in a position where there is a competitive market. No, you have God. You have to have one thing. I always tell people, I've been in a place where I work with people. I noticed that it's either they have God or they have other things backing them. It happens. Which is the blood you're pleading? It's not you're pleading the blood of Jesus in your business or some other thing. Nobody makes it out of luck. Nobody made it out of just doing is God's. It's just luck. I just get it. It's a lie. It's either there is one thing backing him. It's either is God's power backing him or is another power backing them. Those are the two power people can use to succeed in business. So which one are you holding on? You know that if you are holding on to another power that is not God's power, you have to be paying a lot of sacrifice that might even end up taking your life. You might not even live to enjoy it. But if it's something that God has given you and God is helping you, and it will skyrocket, like you would enjoy it, even till when you get old, you know that it's God that's helped you build this business. So you don't have to be scared about, oh, tomorrow I have 5 years to read, I have this to do, I have this, I have to start thinking of how to renew, how to do this, how to do that. You don't, because you just feel so much peace that you are in God and it's God that is sustaining your business. So even when attacks come, people want to do things about your business, say a lot of things, because attack comes a lot, even when it comes to business.
Yes.
A lot. I started noticing a lot of attack. I thank God that even at my age, I can actually like see all of these things and I can counter it even when they are coming. Because I see them most times when they come. And I am very active, like spiritually active to tell you that, oh, this one is coming. Oh. You actually have to like counter it. As I say, God, if this one not for me, oh, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to speak towards your business every time. So I think it's actually God needs to be involved in our business as He is in our everyday lifestyle. We have to put Him first in our business and anything we do. That's just it.
Thank you. So I have this question to ask. You know, is there an age for a young lady to start to go into business? There are some young ladies meet. So I want to finish my school first.
Yeah.
I want to. How important is it to start something as a young lady? And is there a particular age? Is there a particular time? Some people will say, oh, they are too old to start a business. Some people will complain that they are too young to start a business. So talking to you as a young lady, I would want to hear from you. Is there an age for a young person to start something?
For me, I don't think there's an age range to do that. As long as you have the crave to want to get money, or you have the urge, you want even people to give you money, I think you actually even come of age to want to do that. Because I think when I was 17, I already had this mentality of making money for myself. I was 17. When I was 15, I already had this mentality of making money for myself. And my dad actually felt like it was a bad thing being exposed to money at a very early age. That was one of the things that they were scared about.
Yeah.
They felt like, oh, you are making money at that early age. My dad was always talking about it. He thought it was a bad thing. But the truth is, my God is actually good. Because especially being exposed to money at that kind of early age, I've seen a lot of people go out, like a lot of young ladies that are exposed to money at a very young age, even fame and all of those things. We have seen them along the line, like go off track. They've gone off track. Because I think the love for money brings more money. You want more. You want more. That even though when your business is not even doing well at a very early age, you start feeling like, hey, I mean, you should go and do this one. You should go and do this. You start feeling like, oh, these people are not getting it early. And at an early age, you start to think of what you want to put in to add for your business. So when it's not God, outside God, to be able to still live to the standard so that you don't fall back to square one. So you understand? So I feel like if you are, I don't want to say mentally ready, but it has to do with a lot of mental preparation to be able to do business. You know how it is. And imagine at a very young age when we are still fighting our hormones, puberty, we are still growing into puberty, and you start something like a business where clients will traumatize. People will talk on you. You will do this, or sometimes you sleep at night. You will know what trying to fix and all that. You meet different kind of clients. The ones that are harsh, the ones that are good. So imagine that if at a very early age or at an age where you are not ready, you enter something like that, it's actually going to break you, it's going to make you. So it just depends on your capacity to be able to receive what you're going to get at that point. And to the old people, I used to understand that some people are called to be in this business space, while some people are called to do 9 to 5. Do you understand? There are some people that are career people.
Yeah.
They want to be career. They want to just be anything business. They say, I'm not a big business. I don't know how to do this business thing. So I don't want to even put myself to want to do it. But there are some people that you think business, give them anything. They will deliver. So and some people still have that passion to want to do it, but they still don't know if they have it or if they want to do it. So now what will now make me not saying that? Oh, I noticed that I already understand my post to want to do business, to want to sell, to want to have a name for myself. I don't need to say I want to have my own brand, a personal brand. So imagine that is not going to happen when I'm working under someone as a 9 to 5 person. I'll be deceiving myself because I will not even flourish well there. I've seen some people live from 9 to 5 to business. Some people from business to 9 to 5. You get some people even give up on the business thing. Because some people are just looking for how to survive. If it's working here for other person, it might work for me.
Yeah.
Not knowing that this is actually not my calling at all. Maybe I should just rest with this one.
So from what you're saying, business is a call.
It's a call, though. It's a call. I would say it again and again. It's a calling. It's a call. Because not everybody would actually survive in business. Just like the way we have calling in other things. Business is a calling. Because if you cannot survive there, if you did not know where you are driving, if you don't know where you are heading at, if you don't know your purpose, your assignments, whether the spiritual or the physical one, what you're supposed to be doing. So it's a calling because God gives us calling to understand your assignments and how to work for people. So the same thing as business, where to serve, because you are serving. It's either you're offering a service to people, you're rendering a service to people. So it's a calling. So you have to find it to know if it's something for you or not. That's just it.
So we're rounding up.
Yeah.
So please, we just want you to say something. We'll be channeling your advice to the younger generation.
Okay.
So you would say something to young ladies out there about business, about finding purpose, about finding what to do. Just give us something for them.
Okay. One of the things that I'm going to say is just, I don't know how to put it, but just start, but don't start without God. Yeah. Just start, but don't start without God. Yeah. Because, especially at a very early age. I don't anyone you want to just start with God. If you're starting, start with God. I know what you want. Because I have so many let me tell you something. I have so many skills that I've learned. I learned a lot of things. Trying to navigate life, you would feel like, oh, maybe this one is for you, this one is for you, this one is for you. So you're trying to navigate, maybe I should learn this one, this will work when I have the opportunity. I learned a lot of things, Mama. But inside a lot of things, I know what I was perfect at doing. I know where I'm very good at, and that's what is paying me more now. The one that I know I'm very good at is what pays me a lot right now. So in your aspect of trying as a young person, trying to navigate life, trying to find a business, trying to find a purpose or your call, still, if you're learning anything, just know that there is one that you should be dedicated to and be perfect at doing. That one will pay you a lot. It will pay you a whole lot. So that's just it for them. Nothing much. It's not something of people telling us, oh, just do the motivational anything. I used to listen to motivation. One more I break down.
So the thing is, just start. But most importantly, start with God.
Yes, start with God. God should give you the business. God should give you what to do. Don't do it based on the fact of what people are doing. Like, oh, everybody's doing this one, I'll flourish there. No, God should tell you what to do. Yeah, He should call you into what you should do. Yes, that's just it.
It was nice having you.
Thank you, Mom.
And so we have a little token for you.
Oh, really?
And so this is from us to her. And she made this. This is her. This is her.
Yeah.
So it's everything she has been saying.
Yeah.
This is evidence to prove.
Yeah.
So if you want to learn how to make this, and you're coming from us, just call our name.
Yeah.
You get a discount.
No problem. No problem.
So
thank you.
Inside Business Talk with Lena, to you with love. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, Mama. Actually, my brand is coming back. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm really grateful for having me. I just want to say you're doing well. Like I remember when you were actually saying, "Oh, you didn't do this," or "I see you're really doing it, Mama." So
she was part of the people that made me to go into this. Yeah, because even when God gave me the vision, I was just for dragging. I didn't want to start. I felt like I would not be able to do it. Mm-hmm. I felt like, in fact, where is the English I want to come and start speaking? In fact, where would I get people to do it? Yeah. And then I started. Most of my older friends and my mentors I spoke to about this, the only thing they just wanted to hear was when are you starting? Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear anything. Yeah. Don't explain when are you starting. Mm-hmm. And so I felt like, okay, I will start anyhow, anywhere, anyhow, just how God has asked me to do it. And I want to thank God for the journey so far and for everyone that has been giving us the privilege to talk to them. Mm-hmm. And I know that we would all go far. Yeah. And we will all come back to this show in the future because it will grow. Yeah. And by that time, the story will be different. Totally different. So we want to say a very big thank you to everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye.